right, we are live.
My
Okay.
computer's fan is whirring. Can you hear it? Is it annoying?
No, I cannot hear it. Yay! All right. Welcome to Just Talking, Lizzie. I'm so
Happy to be
excited to
here.
have you.
Welcome, viewers. Hi, hello.
Hello, all of our many, many viewers. They trickle in real slow, but hopefully we'll get a couple people.
You'll get here. You'll get here.
As you know, it is a bitch starting a Twitch channel and actually getting people to watch, right?
Yeah, that's why bitch rhymes with Twitch, because it's all.
Yep. It is related. Hey, El Protector, we got one viewer. What's up? Thanks for coming. Alright, so I'm gonna do a little intro to El Protector, our one viewer. This is specifically for you. This is my friend Lizzie, and we go way back. We go all the way back to preschool, as a matter of fact.
We do. I have a picture somewhere.
Yes, it's remarkable. And I guess like the oldest memory I have is us doing debate together, in like 6th through 8th grade, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to sign up for debate tournaments under a fake name because I thought that was really funny. That was like a hilarious prank to play.
What was it?
Jasmine Mahogany.
Jasmine Mahogany. I remember her.
Kind of sounds like a porn star name, but I thought it was like just a funny hippie name. So I don't know where they are, but I have a couple like participation, just like certificates made out to Jasmine Mahogany somewhere from debate tournaments.
My God, does that name ever get used anymore? Because if it doesn't, I think you should try to incorporate it somehow.
No, although I wonder if I should revive her as a character.
Yeah. 6th grade.
Myself. I have a Elizabeth Holmes parody Instagram account, but that's kind of my only like fake person prank thing that I do.
Do you really?
I do. It has a couple thousand followers. People DM it all the time thinking it's real. Because she doesn't have Instagram, so people think that this is hers. But the posts are very obviously fake. Like it's not like, the joke is not that it's real. Like it has jokes on it, written in her voice.
What is?
But yeah, people. It's I think at Elizabeth Holmes official.
Hold on, Elizabeth Holmes.
Yes. No, it's Instagram. It's not Twitter.
Oh, it's an Instagram account. Okay.
Yeah.
What do people say in the DMs?
Oh, pretty woman. Like it's a lot of dudes who I don't think English is their first language. It's a lot of like, pretty baby, like come to Saudi Arabia and I'll take care of you. How are you, beautiful miss? And then once in a while I'll get one where it's like, you should be ashamed of yourself. You're such a crook. But then the craziest ones are always the people who are like, I think you were framed. You were a visionary and you just didn't have enough thing. And I'm like, you really think that you have a hot take on this person who absolutely did fraud, and you're not even smart enough to realize that you are DMing a parody account. So, like, just, it's tough. It's tough.
Wow. Do you ever... So, you write and you act, right?
I would say I write and I perform. I really respect that acting is like an art and a craft that I don't attempt and am not good at. But I can, like, tell a joke.
Do you ever...
Like, I'll make a video.
Right, yeah, I feel like I've definitely seen you performing.
But I don't audition. Like, that's one thing I'm really pursuing. But I appreciate that you, like, see me that way.
You're welcome. I was asking because I was wondering if you do an Elizabeth Holmes impression.
I am already wearing the turtleneck.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote. I mean, she's sort of easy to do an impression of. You just have a low voice and say some nonsense. Um, but I've seen other people do impressions of her that I think are good, and I wrote like a sketch from my old sketch team that was like uh, sort of like a Chicago style dance of the Elizabeth Holmeses because they were all
Oh my
like
god.
wearing turtlenecks and like doing sea moves. But yeah, I've never like done a bit as her.
I would love to see that dance. It sounds incredible.
I will find it for you. I'll make a note and
Oh, thank you. Yeah, please send. I'm trying to remember. I feel like Chloe from SNL did a really good Elizabeth Holmes impression. She does a really good everyone impression
she's
though.
a great impressionist.
She's incredible.
She can really okay. She's great, and she's been doing them like even in quarantine and stuff. She did one because not Sarah Jessica Parker, Sarah Michelle Gellar has been making she's like she does these little videos where she does like little tips for living in quarantine, and they're all jokes.
Right.
Like they're all like decent, sort of like late night jokes. She's like, I can't even think of one. She's like wine comes from a fruit, therefore it's healthy, but like funnier than that. But she posts these little funny things, and then yeah, Chloe, what's her face, did one where she was like doing an impression of that, and I was like, this is so niche, and I love it.
Yeah. Doesn't Drew Barrymore do funny videos like that too?
Drew Barrymore has a show now.
Oh my god, you're right. Do you find that
Yeah.
random? Like, is she, I guess she's relevant because she has the show, but was she relevant before that in the last 10 years?
Like star power wise, no. But I
Yeah.
think name recognition wise, yes.
Yeah.
Like people know who she is, and I just think she's kind of one of the only like extremely likable celebrities who is likable even when they're just playing themselves. Like
Mm-hmm. Totally.
I don't know, it's hard to I'm also just rooting for Drew Barrymore because she like went through it as a kid, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of her for being normal now.
Me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
I don't know what their ratings are like. I don't know who's tuning into the Drew show.
They were doing some
Someone, I guess.
pretty advanced stuff. Uh oh. My friend just
What
said
happened?
that your video is very desynced. Um,
It's very what?
it's out of sync. I think maybe
Oh,
the audio is out of sync. I kind of noticed that. Do you mind? Can you close the window and then come back into vMix? Because I don't want to stop the
yeah.
screen. But just try coming back into the call.
I'm just gonna copy paste the URL and like leave it and come back.
Yeah, exactly. You just fully close out of the window though. Thank you, John. Oh, you're back? Did you get
Better?
it?
Yes? No?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Thanks for
Um,
catching it.
Thanks, John. Let us know if that doesn't make it better. Daniel 7863 asked, "What type of comedy do you do?" Because I said you're a comedian.
This is a great question. I mostly write sketches and tweets, and sometimes humor for like McSweeney's and that type of deal. I contribute to Reductress and The Onion, which are like very cool places you can read. Um, so I guess that's my like type is like satire and writing things either for people to read or for other people to perform. Not so much with the stand up, am I?
Awesome. And you wrote and directed a feature film, right?
I did. I did.
Pretty big
I
deal.
had, it was like cool that it came together. It sort of felt like a once in a, not once in a lifetime, but like once in a Blue Moon type of thing.
Yeah.
I had a script that I had written sort of specifically to be able to be shot like for no money.
Wow.
It's about a girl who's agoraphobic, so pretty much, 2/3 of the movie just takes place in her apartment. So, and
Mm.
it's, just her. And she's a YouTuber, so it's a little bit about online culture. And I was like, I don't know, tweeting about writing or something, and my friend's ex, who I'm friends with, saw it and was like, "Hey, I'm a DP, and like we should make something." And I have all my own equipment and an entire crew that will work for free for a few weeks. And I was like,
What?
"Okay, let's get it together." So sort of and this is not to downplay the accomplishment or any of the work we did, but just to say that like I didn't go out and like get a screenplay produced. It was more like a bunch of my, friends essentially came together and volunteered their work and their time, and we had this story that didn't cost much, and then somehow it was a movie. And we played at a couple festivals, and you can rent it at vimeo.com/on-demand/people. I think like $2.
Oh
You get
my
it for
gosh.
like a week.
That's incredible. It's on my list of things to do during quarantine, which means I'm definitely going to watch it.
It's
How
pretty good, so
what?
you can watch it on lunch break or whatever.
How long is it?
86 minutes,
Oh
80
my
minutes.
gosh. It's like that's long. That is a movie.
I mean, it's like it's a feature, but it moves. Got some
Yeah.
romance, got some comedy.
Huh. Were any of the characters based off you?
Yes, but they ended up far enough away from me that I don't really feel like it's me on screen. Like I definitely gave her a lot of the like my point of view and my like qualities. And it's funny because you helped me launch like an advice show on Twitch, and the character is like a YouTuber and there's like a segment where she's giving advice. I also like to give advice. It's all the advice that I would give, and like so there is a lot of me there, but then I gave her a plot that I haven't lived through at all. And Natalie Walker, who plays the protagonist Kat, is like an incredible actress and brought so much to it that I'm like, she's her own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess my annoying answer would be like, yeah, all the really good stuff about her is from me, and then all the annoying stuff I just made up, like all of her.
No idea where that came from.
No, just that's the imagination of the artist.
Yeah, totally. How did you find the actress, Natalie? How did you go about casting for this?
I put the word out like to friends. I went to NYU, so I had sort of like it's pretty easy to tap into that network. And I posted the little like casting call in a bunch of Facebook groups and stuff. And Natalie was a friend of my friend Liz. So she just came in and auditioned, and we were like, great, you're hired. And it, ended up being like a really good fit.
Awesome. I want to hear more about NYU. I feel like everyone has this idea of what it's like to go to NYU. What was it really like? And were you in Tisch? Were you in the theater program or?
I was. So my college career is a little funny. It's not uncommon for people to spend a year or two at NYU and then transfer to Columbia.
Mm.
I went the other direction. I'm the only person I know who has done that. I'm not saying I'm the only person in history who's done that, but I'm the only person I've heard of who has done that. When I was applying to colleges, I really didn't know, what I was looking for. I had a pretty good time in high school. So I mean, honestly, I feel like a lot of people, what they're looking for in college is kind of like whatever they didn't get in high school, or like more of what they loved about like they're like, okay, sports, or like, okay, this. And I had sorry, I have to blow my nose. Um, I'm not. Okay, it just runs. I'm Jewish.
'Tis the season.
Tis the season. My nose just runs from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day. Um, long story short, I was like, I don't know, college. I want to keep reading books and being around cool people, but I also really want to like do performing arts, I guess. And so I just applied a bunch of places, and I kind of figured like, well, I'll just go. I'm not going to get into all of them, and I'll just go like wherever the best place that I get into is, and like that'll, I'll just make the best of it. And like I don't have a like people were always asking what's your first choice. I was like I don't have a first choice. And then brag, I got into a bunch of colleges because I sort of did unexpectedly well on the SAT, and all of a sudden these schools were in play that I didn't think like I didn't get straight A's in high school. I didn't think that I would be going to an Ivy, but I figured why not apply, and then suddenly I got into a couple. So I sort of like panic chose Columbia, not really that excited about it, but I was like, I don't know, it's in New York and people keep saying that it's good, and like aren't you supposed to go to the fanciest school you get into? And that was the fanciest school I got into. So I arrived at Columbia and I was like, this is brutal and I hate it and I don't want to read the fucking Odyssey, and everyone here is on so much Adderall and they're so smart and I feel like an idiot, and I just want to write like weird plays and like go downtown, but oh, okay, maybe I'll join a sorority, like maybe that'll help. So I spent 2 years at Columbia, really hating it. Finally, a friend of mine was like, I'm going to go take a gap year in Los Angeles. And I was like, great, I'm coming.
Cool.
So I moved to LA with her and just like did a bunch of improv and, like worked at the front desk at Soul Cycle to like pay the bills. And everyone I met there who I was talking to, I was like, yeah, like I really want to write. Like I really want to write and do comedy. And they were like, cool, like you should go to college, like you should have a college degree. I was like, okay. So I applied to transfer to the dramatic writing department at NYU, which I hadn't even known existed when I was looking at colleges. I thought it was just that there was like acting in the film program and then like the other arts, but it's a very small program that's within the film program, but pretty much like they don't share any faculty. It's just sort of a sub section, but you don't like, I don't have a film degree anyway. That is the writing program where they teach you like TV writing and playwriting and movie writing. I was like, wow, great. So, cool. So I applied to transfer there, and then that's where I spent this last 2 years of college, and I fucking loved it. It was great. We just watched TV and talked about it all day, which was what I wanted to do anyway. I joined the improv team there, and that was like, a built-in social life, as I was just like hang out with the improv people and the sketch people, and yeah, people weren't like angry all the time, which everyone at Columbia was just like really upset all the time. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I definitely had like a very small sliver of the NYU experience because I was at this small program and I was only there for 2 years, and I never lived in any of the NYU dorms or anything. I lived in Chelsea with a friend who went to Barnard, but I liked it. I thought it was great.
Sounds incredible.
I wish I'd transferred there.
Yeah, wow. What an experience. And so how did you transition out of that? I know that you recently wrote a screenplay for a TV show, right?
Well, yeah, I wrote a pilot.
Instagram? Oh, it was a pilot. Okay.
I did. It's on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to go read it, it's called Spellbound. And I mean you, and also viewers.
We have viewers. Hey, whoever's watching.
Oh, yeah.
If you have any questions for Lizzie, throw them in the chat.
I'm at Lizzie Logan with 5 Z's on social media.
With 5 Z's.
Yeah, because with 2 was taken, and I was like, if you're going to add extra Z's, you should add a bunch of extra Z's.
Yeah, obviously. Go big or go home,
So what was your question? What have I been doing since college? Not that much.
So, yeah, I'm wondering, like, obviously being a screenwriter is a long road, but I've seen you put out so much work. Okay, also, oh, Caseburger says, "Hey Lizzie," I'm pretty sure that's Lauren. Hey.
Oh, hi, Lauren! Congratulations on your wedding. It looked beautiful.
um, okay, wait. So now I'm getting distracted. Uh, okay, you put out the screenplay. I want to hear more about Spellbound. Oh, I remember. This is really weird, but I'm pretty sure I saw your graduation speech. Did it go viral or
Mm-hmm.
something?
It went, I like kinda. I guess it went like as viral as like a graduation speech from no one can. Like, I it, whatever. I'll just be honest. Like,
I want to hear about it.
fully after, as I was writing that speech, the way they had it, because I wasn't like valedictorian or anything. I was just, it was like an email went out to the senior class that was like, hey, if you want to speak at graduate, and this is graduation for Tisch, so it was like specifically about being an arts student. It wasn't for, they have like the big graduation for all of NYU that's at Yankee Stadium, and I did not talk to that.
Okay.
But I talked at the Tisch graduation that I had like, it was like some faculty members had selected me. Anyway, as I was like writing that speech, I literally was like, this speech is so good, it's going to end up in the New York Times. Like, I had no connection to the New York Times. I had no plan to submit it to the New York Times. I don't know why I thought they would hear about it, but I literally had this thought of like, this is going to be in the New York Times because it's so good.
Was it?
I mean, if like for what it was, yes. Like,
No, but
was
was it
it
in the
one
New
of
York
the?
Times?
Nobody was in the Huffington Post.
So, counts. It counts.
Someone's
That's impressive.
someone's big brother was there to watch their little sibling graduate, and that person worked at the Huffington Post and emailed me later that day and was like, I want to put this online and I will set you up with a contributor page on HuffPo. And I was like, great.
Oh my gosh.
And thus began my career as a HuffPo blogger. Never made any money, posted some stuff, wrote a little funny thing about Hamilton. But yeah, speech was good. Speech
What
still
were like
sometimes gets passed around.
what were the big moments in the speech? Like what were the parts that made you think like this is going to be in the Times?
Well, I mean, I was full of uh, graduate confidence, so I just thought like most of the speech is me telling a version of the story I just told you about how I like transferred to NYU,
Okay.
and like how I found it like much more fulfilling than like the more prestigious school.
Mhm.
Um, which people loved hearing that Columbia said. I mean, if you are a college student in New York City, you want to hear someone shit on Columbia because, fuck them. Um, but right, so I just thought like that's so interesting. No one's ever transferred colleges. What a tale. Um, so that was like the first chunk of the speech, and I sort of
Oh,
tied it into like lessons I had learned from that whole experience, and then I sort of talked about like the history of Washington Square Park and like how that ties into my own journey, and then I ended it with quotes from School of Rock.
oh,
The School
wow.
of Rock is a really good movie that's also about education and the importance of the arts as opposed to learning what you're supposed to learn. Um,
Wow. And
and
now
so I
I'm
was
going to
just like,
watch School of Rock tonight.
oh, it's so good. It's so good.
The best. I haven't watched
Really
it
holds up.
during quarantine, so perfect.
It'll just make you happy. It's one of the few movies where it's just you can't be sad after watching that movie.
I think the like final scene makes me cry though. Like when they're playing the Battle of the Bands, like I'm pretty sure that I cry during that.
I mean that makes sense. But then I mean they don't win.
Yeah.
Spoiler. But they win the
Oh, I'm
larger
excited.
battle for respect in their community as rockers.
Yeah. Damn. I love Jack Black. Wow. What a cast. Oh man.
It's so good.
I'm gonna go rewatch the speech also. But I will tell you, like it was emailed to me. Like I saw it when it came out.
Oh, amazing.
Like that's how I knew. That's how I remember. And I never asked you
Do
like
you remember
what
who
what was the
emailed it
deal
to
with
you?
that? What?
Was it someone who like knew that we knew each other, or was it just like a random person being like, Amanda, you would like this?
I think it was my mom. I think my mom.
Oh, great.
But I mean, she
I
saw it.
mean,
I don't know how she saw it. It's because it was viral. It was a viral graduation speech, like Elle Woods. You're basically Elle
people.
Woods.
I basically am Elle Woods, except I can't do law, and I don't know. But in all
Okay.
other ways.
Um. Wow. That's a major moment. Um. I don't know. I
It
want
was
to
a
hear
big
all.
moment. It was good to like go out on a high,
Yeah.
college wise.
Totally. Gosh, the good old days. What I would do to go back. It's weird. I think I would do things differently, but I also like loved college so much. It was amazing. And I really feel for kids right now that are getting that taken away from them because of COVID.
Yeah, I both of my nieces are in college, and they're both like on campus, but it's
Really?
very like yeah, but it's a very sort of pared down version of campus life. But I mean, they're also just very like good spirited people. So I think they're making the best of it. But I do feel bad. It's like, I don't know. Yes, you're old enough to be responsible and stuff, but I just always feel like, we the real adults should be the ones like taking the hit for the pandemic. Not that it's our
Right.
fault, but like, you get plenty of time to be a young adult. You only get 4 years to be in college, and so,
Mhm.
or 5 or 6 if you need it. But it's a very finite amount of time, so it sucks that they have to give up part of it.
Yeah, I know. You can't get those years back. Second grade, fine. Third grade, I'd give that up. I don't really care. But college, man, even high school, just you really feel like you're missing out. But I think, 28, 29, I don't really give a shit. Like, I feel like this
Yeah,
has been
like
a
what would I have
nice.
done this year that I could like
Yeah,
what would I have done this year that I either didn't do last year or can't do next year?
yeah,
Like I can move my schedule around.
exactly. I feel like it's been a nice opportunity for people our age just to kind of get to know themselves if they're alone, like we are. How's it been for you?
Um Not the worst. I kind of had a different experience, which we don't need to go into in too much detail, not because it's hard to talk about, but just because it's not particularly funny. I was the victim of a crime over the summer.
Oh,
So a lot of this past 6 months has been like fallout from that, like during the pandemic, and less
oh
about like the pandemic itself. So I've sort of had this weird like bifurcated experience where it was, from like March to June, I was in New York, it was quarantine, and I was just like, yep, me and everyone I know staying inside. And then I was victim of a very violent crime. And so then I was like,
wow.
well, I guess I'm going to go heal from that and like help with the investigation and like talk to cops and like deal with all of that shit, which like weirdly was kind of like a good distraction.
Mhm.
Um, and it was also nice that I had the space to deal with that without anything else like
Mhm.
needing my time or attention. Like I could go, I went back to California and stayed with my mom for a few months to just like, deal and like kind of vacation. And I didn't feel like I was missing anything in New York. There weren't parties that I could have been going to. I wasn't missing work. I wasn't missing opportunities to do comedy or anything. So it's been a weird like the overlap has been interesting because I've had like plenty of space to like heal and whatever, but it's also been this like weird like just like when you think things can't get worse or whatever. But
Jesus. Wow.
so
I'm
that's how
really
my
sorry to hear
pandemic's
that.
going. It's thank you. I'm a lot better now.
Yeah.
How are you?
How am I? I'm here. I really, I can't complain. I think I'm at a point where I'm just feeling very frustrated by watching people go on vacation. It's bothering me right now. Very
Mm-hmm.
shamelessly go on vacation, I may add. Posting pictures, going to Hawaii, going to Mexico. No one needs to do that right now. And the people who think they need to do that are rich and live in big houses or big apartments and aren't, you know, suffering at the level that, essential workers and people who live in tiny one bedroom apartments with 5 people are going through, you know?
I it's literally a situation where it's like if you have the ability to go on vacation, you're exactly the person who doesn't need one. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
oh, you could take a week off from work. Cool, we know you're not an essential worker. Like,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah, and I'm just reading about entire families of essential Latino workers in Los Angeles dying in hospitals together because they literally cannot escape COVID. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, what, like, are people blind and deaf, like just not seeing this stuff? I just don't, how can you do that without feeling so guilty?
I know, and it's also like even with the no shame thing, it's just weird because it's like, say you whatever, you quarantine and you test and you like have all the money in the world and you decide to take that risk and like, whatever. That's on your conscience, that's not on mine. Like live and let live, but like keep it a secret. Like read the room. Like how do you
Exactly.
not like
It's so toned down.
how do you yeah, it's so tone deaf. Like, how do you not just notice that, like, that's not what we're doing right now, is posting vacation pics? How
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I know. It just whew,
do you
blows
rat
my
on
mind.
yourself?
But you, of all people, have some really amazing hot takes on
Ooh,
everything. Uh, if you guys don't know this, Lizzie's Twitter is on fire. Her Instagram's also on fire. But I'm gonna pull up your Twitter because I
I
want
was
to
thinking
just. Can you?
recently,
What? Wait, what?
no, I was just thinking recently, one of my hot takes, I don't like red delicious apples. I think that they're not delicious. They're just red.
I saw that.
Mm.
That really made me laugh.
I don't know if
Um,
that's the kind of take for.
oh, that no, yes, that's 100% the kind of hot take I'm looking for. I mean, okay, I would love if you. I want to hear the tweets in your voice. I guess like I could put them on
Sure.
screen, or we don't have to look at them. But like, can you read some to us or share some to us? How do you want to do it?
Sure. I mean, what tweet? I mean, I feel like my
Your face.
Instagram is kind of like the best of my
Okay, we'll go to your Instagram.
times. Just because I sometimes I will, but they're not really. They're just like observations and stuff.
That's okay. I don't know why.
Like
I just like the
I,
term hot
if
takes.
if a tweet does really really well, I'll put it on Instagram. So that's why I think it's the best of.
It's fun to hear about people
Um,
going on dates during the pandemic because now the boys are scared. Oh man.
I was thinking about that recently because like and again, not to make things all about me, but women can sometimes be attacked by men, but now the men can die. Now they're scared. That's so
Yeah.
interesting. This is new. Never happened before.
Watch out,
Um,
dudes.
what?
I love
Um,
boy. I cyberstalk. I get sick of boy. I have dream about boy. Oh my god. Can I tell you something kind of embarrassing?
please.
All right. So, about 2 weeks ago, I was on Instagram before I went to bed, and
As you
what? What were you gonna say?
as you do.
Yeah, yeah. Just a typical night. And I've been following Dominic Monaghan for a while. Um,
Oh, the actor. Yeah, yeah.
yes, from Lord of the Rings and Lost. And like, yes, I am a huge fan of both of those franchises. But I had never like really thought about him that much. Um, and he happened to have posted a thirst trap. It wasn't even like a super hot pic, you know. It was just him with his shirt off, like showing that he worked out.
Good for him.
And that night, I had this crazy dream about him. And nothing romantic happened, but I felt like I was like supposed to be his friend and like help him through something. And we had this like really intense friendship. And then I was obsessed with him for like 5 days.
That man, I yeah, that's what happens. Is stuff that you look at goes into your brain, and then it goes into your feelings, and then you wake up and you still have the feelings.
It was very weird. It was very, very weird. I don't know why. I can't explain it. El Protector, thank
Um,
you for liking my dream.
well, he's a cutie. That's not embarrassed. That's fine.
It's a little weird. Wait, also, I think you're out of sync again. Can you close it and come back
Yeah,
in?
yeah.
El Protector, are you a Dominic Monaghan fan? Because that would make me feel less crazy. Are you back, Lizzie? I can't. Oh no, she just left. Okay. There you are.
Okay, I closed all the other applications that are on my computer running. So I should, hopefully, the entire brain power of my computer is going toward this stream.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you.
Um, I found another of my hot takes from Twitter if you're interested.
Yes, yes. Go. Go for it.
I went on my Instagram to find a good
Oh,
one.
good. Which one?
Stop saying you're chaotic eating pizza at 10 p.m. Your bills are on auto pay and you wear prescription sunglasses.
What was this inspired by? Tell us the story behind the tweet.
Almost all of my tweets are in response to other people's tweets. It's real tweet to tweet Ouroboros.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much people are just like, really I think everyone thinks that here's a fucking take. I think everyone thinks that they're the protagonist of the pandemic, that the pandemic is happening primarily to them, which is not true.
Mm-hmm.
But people are like, God, I can't even remember what day it is. Did I shower today? Did I put on a bra today? I've had bread for every meal. And I'm like, that's just not that weird. Like, that's just a lazy Sunday day. And so I saw these people being like, quarantine life is fucking chaos. Like, I haven't done dishes in a month, and like, I'm losing my mind because I keep rewatching Gossip Girl. And I'm like, that's like, imagine saying that to an actual mentally ill person who like hears voices. Like, you're fine. Like, are the lights still on in wherever you live? Have you paid your bills? Have you refilled your medications? Then like you're fine. And people, I think, are exaggerating their despair for attention.
That is the truth.
That's pretty much what social media is, and it's good and funny when I do it, and bad when other people do it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. What about this one? Can you read this one to us?
Sure. Whoop. I made my.
Oh, can you see it?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Taylor Swift dating a Kennedy, buying a mansion in Cape Cod near his family's place, breaking up with him, throwing a series of epic 4th of July parties at that mansion, disappearing for a year, and then being very happy with a British guy is the Great Gatsby sequel we deserve.
Isn't that the truth? Yes.
Ain't it? Although if you click through, I had to put a little addendum because her party mansion is not the property that she bought near the Kennedy compound. Her party mansion is Rhode Island. And Taylor, I apologize, and I'm loving to see this.
Are you a Swiftie?
A little bit. I Yeah, a little bit. Are you?
No. I don't.
That's
No. I haven't listened to her new album, so I definitely cannot be considered one. But can we talk about Taylor Swift? Like, what are
I
your
would love to
thoughts?
talk about those.
Tell me everything.
Um, I think she's a genius. Um, I think she like I don't know. I think she's okay. When she first hit the scene, I was just like, cool, country music. I don't care. And then it was like, oh, songs about boys. I don't really like have that much experience with boys, and some of these songs are fine, but whatever. And then I don't know. It was I Knew You Were Trouble is such a good song, and I used to when I was living in LA, used to listen to it all the time and like play it in my car and just drive and be, I knew you were trouble when you walked in. And I was like, that okay, whoever wrote this, like she rocks. Like maybe I don't love her, but like she can rock. Um and then 1989 came out and I was like, again, these are just inarguable bangers. Like I'm not trying
Yeah.
to say that she's like the next great whatever, but like these songs are bangers. There's no getting around it. Um, right. And then what happened? And okay. And so then the whole like she became like very. I always just thought I always thought that like both the good and bad parts of her were kind of like overhyped.
Mhm.
That a lot of what people were reacting to with like, oh, she dates too many people, or like there was I feel like there was a whole thing where it was like, oh, she dates too many people, and then she would be like, actually it's kind of sexist that you say that because like, can't I date as many people as I want? And then people would be like, wow, Taylor Swift is such a feminist, and then everyone would come back being like, hey, like she doesn't do feminist things, why are you holding her up as a feminist icon? And it
Right.
always seemed to me like Taylor was just living her life and other people were starting all of this conversation,
Yeah.
and it kind of wasn't fair. It was like put her on a pedestal just to knock her down. It's like girl just likes to date. Like girl just likes to date and write about her feelings, and like I don't know, I don't see the big problem with that.
She wasn't trying to make a political
And
statement.
she's really not. And like and it kept going into like, why hasn't she said that she's voting for Hillary? It's like, because she's a secret Republican. Like all of this stuff where I just kept thinking like, I think she's just living her life. I don't think that people would write these articles where it's like she's so manipulative and she has this whole plan to always play the victim and like the Kanye thing, and she's weaponizing whatever. And I just kept thinking like, I don't think it's that complicated. I think she's kind of just doing her best and is really, really famous. And it's like crazy to be as famous as she is. And she makes mistakes and she mostly tries to do the right thing. And she writes these songs that we all really like. And like, can't that be enough? And then, yeah, like when, I don't know, just like over the past few years, sort of like looking at the music, I will be the first to say I don't have very sophisticated taste in music. I just kind of listen to like her and Beyonce and like Fleetwood Mac, and I don't know about new music, and like I can't read music, I can't speak to smart things about music. But I was just sort of like, I really like listening to her. I really think that like she's smart and she like has good taste, and like I don't know, people seem to like her. I bet she's like probably a pretty fun hang. And so I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm on board with Taylor Swift. I'm gonna go investigate some like weird articles about her and like fan theories and look at her clothes. And I have like two friends who I really like. We all go hard for Taylor, so whenever there's Taylor news, I'm like texting them. I'm like, did you hear about this thing? And like, she just I just want the best for her, and I want to meet her someday. Not in a weird way.
No, I totally
but
get it.
Someday I think it would be cool to be like, hey Taylor, thank you for the good songs and the good times.
Totally. She's a force to be reckoned with, for sure. I mean,
she's a force to be reckoned with. She like does cool stuff. I don't know. She like wrote that thing where it was like you should pay artists, and I don't know about that industry at all, but it seems like she was right. So
yeah. I mean, there is a village behind that woman, and they're smart. They know how to do what they do very well. She's been unbelievably profitable. I think all the like Easter eggs that she puts in her content is so fun. Like, I love people solving fan theories, and they're like, there are 15 window panes behind her, and her hair is this color tone, 412. Like, they're just pulling clues out of their asses. Like, it's wild.
oh yeah, and like she's aware of it, and I think it's kind of nice that she hasn't like I think she loves the ones who love her. Like, I think she's never been too good for her fans, which I think is very cool. I think a lot of people who maybe like came up as she was like a teen star, and like young girls were her audience, and as we've gotten older and she's gotten older, it's become more like mainstream adult whatever. But she's never been like, no, I'm too serious to do Easter eggs, like this is my music and it's whatever, I'm Taylor Swift. She's like, yeah, you guys are the ones who buy the albums, so I'm gonna give you a bunch of like weird shit that you like. Like, exactly. That's, I wouldn't go so far as to say generous, because ultimately, like, we're just giving her a bunch of money, but it's like,
almost
like, I appreciate it. I respect it. I respect it.
She's throwing us a bone. We'll take it. Why not?
She's having fun. She's having fun.
Yeah, getting us through
Doesn't
the pandemic.
We all deserve to have some fun.
I think so too. What you mentioned earlier, likable celebrities, and I knew I needed to ask you, who do you think are the most likable celebrities right now?
Well, The Rock is like known for his whatever likability meter is like off the charts. Like, people just fucking love that dude. And how could you not? He's cool, and he raises one eyebrow, and who doesn't love that? I think Jack Black, who we talked about earlier.
Yes.
Who doesn't like Jack Black? So likable. Just, have you seen his TikTok account?
Maybe a while ago, but I don't remember any.
It's great. He has like a little it's not a ramp. What's it called when it's like a U-shaped thing that you skateboard on?
A half pipe?
Like a
half pipe.
Yes, a half pipe. He has a half pipe in his backyard, I think, for his son. And he just dances on the half pipe in like his underwear, and it's the best.
We're pulling it up. We're pulling it up.
Do it. Enjoy. Watch these and then watch School of Rock. You'll have an amazing evening.
Oh my gosh. I like his backyard. There's no audio. Okay.
And he
probably has at least 3 people producing these videos for him, though.
He does, and they're like open about it. Like, I've seen a couple tweets or things being like, I'm on Jack Black's TikTok team.
Oh, really?
And he does like gamery stuff. I don't know if he's on Twitch or maybe it's just YouTube, but he's like into internet stuff.
Yeah. I've heard that he's done some Twitch stuff.
Yeah, he like plays video games and stuff. How could you not like this guy? Look at him! Look at him go!
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, how old is this guy now? Is he like 50?
I don't know. I think he's like in his 40s. I love him.
Is this just replaying? Oh my god. Wow. Honestly, I like the beard. Oh, is this his kid?
Yeah, he has at least... What's that? Yeah, he just dances in the half pipe, and that's like mostly what he does.
This is amazing. Okay, thank you for telling me about that. We are gonna look at how old he is real quick. He's
I'm so glad
51.
good for him. He's fucking.
Wow.
I was listening to "Fuck Her Gently," which is a song by his band Tenacious D that pretty much holds up. I I like Jack Black quite a bit.
Oh man. Wow. I had no. God, time flies. Time flies.
Welcome to the Jack Black Club.
Yes. I mean, I was about to go down the Jack Black rabbit hole there, but I'll save that for while I watch School of Rock. Okay, who are the other celebs on your likable list? Who would you, okay, if you could
Paul
cast
Rudd.
anyone, oh my god, Paul Rudd, yes. But if you could cast
Everybody loves Paul.
anyone, who would you cast in like a feature film or TV show? I guess it depends what it's about, but let's just put it out there into the universe.
Honestly, like Jack Black and Paul Rudd would be on the list. I think that they're both just like, ooh, and like Seth Rogen, like all of those sort of like non-toxic bro comedy actors, where it's just like I'm pretty sure I don't know if Paul Rudd smokes weed. I think he probably has to like be on a pretty intense diet to be in Marvel movies. But like Jack Black and Seth Rogen, like I just want to like I don't even really smoke that much, but I just want to smoke weed with them and like chat about life, and that would be such a good day.
What about Jason Segel?
Jason Segel's fine. I get a little bit of like a sad sack vibe from him. I don't know if it's because he like plays a lot of sad sacks or like he tried to be like a serious actor, which is fine, just not something I'm interested in. But yeah, he could come. Everybody's invited. Everyone who's cool and doesn't harass women is invited to my hang fest with the dudes. I feel like I should definitely name some women because I've only named men so far.
Yeah. What about the ladies?
Ladies.
You're like
Catherine Hahn. Very cool. Okay. Now I just watched for work this morning. I watched WandaVision, and she's in that, and she's super funny and good. Yeah, like I mean. All the SNL ladies I'm always into. You know, Tina's my number one. I really like Tina. I don't think she's that likable. I know there are a lot of people who don't for her, and she's like, and she's not chill. Like, she's like gonna be mean to you and like make a joke about you if you fuck up in front of her, I think. She's like sharp,
really?
You know?
Oh, I didn't know that.
And like,
I had no idea.
Yeah, I think she's got a little bit of that like cross me and you'll get laughed at type of thing.
My friend Sam in chat just said Maya Rudolph. Yeah. Wait, my friend Sam literally just... Yeah. Wait, did you guys just think that at the same time, or did you see the chat?
I can't see the chat. I don't know where.
That's crazy. Sam literally just wrote Maya Rudolph.
Sam, correct. You got it right. Maya Rudolph is a fucking chiller. I mean, I've never met her, but I still want to say majority.
And you know who she's married to, right?
I don't even know if they're married, but they're like long-term together with Paul Thomas Anderson. They have kids.
That's like my dream couple. I'm obsessed with them. I'm obsessed.
They're so good. I was recently thinking about Christopher Guest and Jamie Lee Curtis have been married for like 25 years, and I feel like they must be fun.
That must be so fun. Wow.
Like
Christopher Guest and Jamie Lee Curtis. Sam asked too. Wait, what are some other celebrity couples we love? I found out that Evangeline Lilly dated Dominic Monaghan. I found that out when I was going through my Dominic Monaghan obsession phase. They were both on Lost together.
And they both... Well, they were on Lost together, but they both ended up in different Lord of the Rings movies because she was in the Hobbit movies.
True. Yeah.
Chat,
what are some other celebrity couples? I'm trying. Okay, now I'm racking my brain here. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis.
They're okay. I have nothing against them. I don't.
You don't stand
with them. I don't. God, this is totally the type of thing where, like, in 2 hours, I'm going to text you a really long list of all of my favorite celebrity couples.
You
But,
can still do that. Wait,
oh, you know who I saw? Someone was like, sorry, I have to let her out of the room.
kitty break. All right, come on, Sam. Help us think of other celebrity couples. Who are some legendary couples?
Oh God, what's his name? Jesse Plemons and Kirsten Dunst, I think, are gorgeous.
Yeah. Love them.
Love them.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna Google it. Hold up.
Angela Bassett and Courtney Vance. Always good. Met at Yale Drama School.
Who? Angela Bassett and who?
Courtney B. Vance.
They recently got married, right? No.
How recently? But they're good.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a photo gallery.
Obviously, Leighton Meester and Adam Brody, because come on, that's our generation of teen TV right there.
And
one couple.
Blake Lively and Ryan
Reynolds.
Yes.
They're also very likable. I feel like their likability meter must be pretty high. In my non-comedy life, I write about celebrities for a living, and they usually hit. People will click on things about them. Oh, I love Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Love them.
Yes. I have some personal connections to them. So does Sam, because their kids went to Stanford, or their child went to Stanford.
How was that?
Like, my ex-boyfriend was friends with her, and Sam's cousin is friends with her, and that Tim McGraw and Faith Hill, like, came to their very fancy graduation party. They were in attendance. I haven't heard anything negative. Yeah, they seem cool.
I mean, I'm sure they're crazy, like all rich famous people are crazy, but just if they can keep it together for an afternoon, I think that's great.
Totally. Oh, I didn't know that Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen were together. I also didn't know that was her name.
Together, Whoa.
Sam said Helena Bonham Carter and Kenneth Branagh. I don't know if that's how you say his last name. Who's Lockhart from Harry Potter.
That is a hot take. That is a scandalous couple.
I thought she was with the director.
Well, let me tell you, she was with Tim Burton. They have kids. Yeah. Before that, Kenneth Branagh was married to Emma Thompson, cheated on Emma Thompson with Helena Bonham Carter when they were making a Frankenstein movie, which I have watched, and it's fucking bonkers. Really? And then Emma Thompson went and married one of the guys from her adaptation of Sense and Sensibility, and I think they're very happy together. And I don't know what Kenneth Branagh is dating these days, but yes, Helena Bonham Carter then hooked up with Tim Burton for a while, but they're no longer together.
Right. Oh my gosh, I bet you Tim Burton is with Eva Green, who's with who Eva Green is probably my top girl crush.
Eva Green's beautiful. Her eyes are too fucking big. They're just great. Yes,
Wait, say that again? What?
I was just saying yes to the couples that were on screen.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, yes.
Wait, Sam said the scene in Love Actually where she finds out Snape cheats on her, Emma Thompson says she channeled her experience being cheated on.
I mean, yeah.
That is
frickin'
the tea.
Kenneth Branagh. What was he doing?
I didn't know he was such a player.
I mean, I think it's one of those cases where it was like he really took his moment and like cheated on his wife, and is not really as famous as her anymore. So she kind of won.
Definitely not. Gwyneth Paltrow and Brad Falchuk. Oh, they broke up. This is out of date. Very out of date. Oh, I love Taron Kilman and
I
Kobe
do like
Smulders.
Taron Kilman and Kobe Smulders.
Are you a How I Met Your Mother fan?
I am a How I Met Your Mother fan. Can I brag? Josh Radnor just followed me on Twitter.
Are you kidding?
Like,
what?
I am not.
What?
I am not kidding. I made this is what you gotta do.
Wait,
this is
Lizzie.
how I get all of my celebrity followers. Is if you have a viral tweet and some celebrities start liking it, you follow them the moment they like your tweet, and then sometimes they follow you back.
Can you tweet this? One time my friend had sex with someone just because they were described to her as a Ted.
Do I have to tag him or can I just tweet it? Because I can't tag
You
him,
just
but I will
tweet it and
tweet
just let me know if he likes it. I'm fine with that.
Sure.
I don't know this person, but I heard that might have happened. So
because he was described to her as a Ted, and then because it's been off for should I add somehow that this is a reference to like a Ted Mosby?
Yeah, my mom also just commented. She said, "Hi Lizzie, who would have guessed that you and Amanda would end up having a celebrity chat on Twitch?"
Okay. I've just tweeted it. I will let you know.
I love Josh Radnor. I actually subscribe to his newsletter. Are you on his newsletter?
His newsletter?
Yeah, it's actually called...
I have not.
I think it might be called his Muse-letter. M-U-S-E.
I believe it.
And he just, writes about whatever he's into. It's interesting. I enjoy it. I feel like he is Ted. Oh my gosh. Lizzie, what if he saw the link that you tweeted and actually clicked on this?
You know what? Then he would know that this is all out of love, Josh.
Love and respect.
Love and respect. That show probably has made me cry as much as any sitcom has made me cry. I really got in my feelings about that show once upon a time.
Did you watch it live on air or did you watch it
I got into it
demand?
Our freshman year of college. I think there had been
It had already ended. Oh wait, no, sorry. It ended our senior year of college.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It had been 6 seasons or something, and it was all on Netflix, and I binged it freshman year of college, and then during the rest of college, I was caught up and watching it week to week. And I remember, and I usually would just watch the episode the next day, on Hulu, but I remember staying up till midnight to watch the finale on CBS.com or whatever, because I didn't have a TV to watch it live. And I had to wait for the episode to go up.
Yeah.
I was pretty angry. I was not cool with that ending, but...
Really? Oh my god. I remember sitting on my friend's floor just crying, watching the finale.
It's fucking depressing.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's the show is really outdated, but Carter Bays and Craig Thomas are amazing people, so even though they wrote a lot of fucked up stuff, I know that they would never do that, with knowing what we know now about misogyny and the inappropriate treatment of women. It's a little hard to watch at times now, but I've already watched it twice during quarantine, so whatever.
Oh damn. I haven't watched it super recently. I feel like I really got what I needed out of it, and I can kind of leave it in the past, but coming back around to celebrity couples we is I love Allison Hannigan and Alexis Denisof. I think she's so funny and was so good on that show, and I went through a big Buffy phase a couple years ago, and I love that she just fell in love with this guest actor on Buffy, and now they have a super cute life.
Yeah, so what else is Alexis in? I know he's in How I Met Your Mother, but I didn't know if he had much of a career outside of that.
He was on the Buffy spin-off Angel. which I watched some of. Couldn't really get into. But yeah, he's like part of the Whedonverse. And I think he was in that adaptation of Much Ado About Nothing that Joss Whedon did, which was okay. Saw it in theaters and it was fine.
Oh man, funny, funny. What have been some of your favorite quarantine watches?
Let me tell you. Ted Lasso. Beautiful. Staff Lets Flats on HBO. It's a British show. It is hilarious.
Staffless flats.
Staff Lets Flats. It is like the cringe humor of The Office, but like times 10 minus the like weird racism jokes. You know what I mean? Like it's just this guy who's a complete failure and you just laugh at him and it's so good. The entire like final act of the first episode is that there's a pigeon in this apartment that they're trying to get out and they just chase the pigeon around and it's hilarious. So I like Mandalorian, obviously. Great British Bake Off, obviously. Just watch Dairy Girls. Beautiful. Is that enough stuff? That's the stuff.
That's a good list. That's a good list. I hope everyone just wrote those down because those are some amazing recs. Well, we've already been talking. Yes, top 5. If you guys need to rewatch the VOD to write them down, there will be a VOD of this. We've already been talking for over an hour, and I want to give you your night back. But before we end, are there any final hot takes? Just about anything that you think is interesting that's going on the internet or in the world right now. Anything you want to share with us before we go?
I will. Yes. I have now seen. Granted, I follow a lot of very complainy people on Twitter, but I have now seen 3 different complaints about people taking selfies of them getting the vaccine. The complaint seems to be, well, okay, 2 of the there was some article about like an EMT and a nurse were like a gay couple and they were together and the nurse was giving the EMT the vaccine and the EMT like used it as an opportunity to like propose to the nurse. And someone quote tweeted that and was like, they held up the line to do a proposal. And then someone else was just like, hey, the line would move faster if you didn't do your pictures. And then there was an article about how everyone's posting vaccine pictures and someone like commented or like quote tweeted the article being like, you don't deserve the vaccine if you do this. I am pro vaccine pictures. I love them. I want to see every single one. I think it is great to have a thing to celebrate. I think there are so few things that are actually worth posting about on social media. Like, I don't give a shit that you took a cute selfie. I don't give a shit that you made a muffin for breakfast. The fact that you're getting the vaccine, I absolutely want to like that. I want to comment some heart emojis. I think it's a great idea to normalize getting the vaccine. I think it's a great idea for anti-vaxxers to feel like they're missing out on a post opportunity. And I will also say, especially right now, it's like old people and nurses and teachers who are getting the vaccine and like, how dare you tell them what to post? So this is my hot take. I am planting a flag in the sand. I am pro vaccine pictures. I will like them if you send them to me. If you tag me in them, I will like them. I will freaking share them if you want. Don't be a cynical little bitch about the vaccine. The vaccine is good. There are very few good things in the world. The vaccine is good, and we should celebrate it.
Yes. Preach. We love to hear it.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me soapbox. Thank you.
Yes. Well, hope we get it soon. I can't wait to see your vaccine picture.
I can't wait to see yours. I'm going to like it. I'm going to add heart emojis.
It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day whenever that day comes. Well, thank you so much, Lizzie. This has been so much fun.
Oh my God, thank you so much for having me. This honestly, like, as we were talking about before, I've not had, like, the funnest day, and it was so nice to have this to look forward to and put on makeup for.
Right? I know. God, it wakes me up putting on the old makeup.
It gets me out of bed. Hold on, before we go, should I? Hmm. I've gotten 2 likes on my Ted Mosby tweet. Neither of them were Josh Radnor, unfortunately.
Well, we'll give him some time. Just, I'll keep an eye on it. Let me know. Let me know if you see any activity. I'll tell my friends
Well,
that story's out in the world, and I'm gonna just go queue up School of Rock after I make dinner.
everyone should.
Yeah, everyone, go watch School of Rock tonight. It's gonna be great. All right, thank you so much. You're welcome back anytime. I think we'll need to do more like celebrity commentary soon.
Anytime. That's what I do
Yay.
all day.
Yay. All right, thanks everyone. Bye, Lizzie.